It's Zach. Today I want to talk about assassins. Why should assassins teach you the game? Why don't they teach you the game? Why do you lose on assassins? Question I am asked very often is, if I am doing so well, why can't I win? I have an 80% win rate in my lane, but a 55% win rate in my games, and that pisses me off. I'm going to answer that immediately, which is I don't think you're playing League correctly. That's going to sound combative. I don't intend it to. I just think the answer is more core to the gameplay than you think it is. Um, it's not really a mystery that a challenger player or even a diamond player would hit a 90+% win rate in gold no matter what role they played. You just do. In silver gold, often, if you play the characters that allow you to, you can absolutely steamroll the vast majority of games. And the only games you should be losing are games where people AFK, or maybe you have like a hardware issue, or you make some sort of really significant error and your team is bad compared to theirs. But if a huge confluence of things don't go wrong, a Diamond Plus player should win almost every Silver Gold game they play in. Why is that? It's because most Silver Gold players, including Assassin players, do not play to win the game. They play to get kills. What's the difference? To define that, I want to talk about how to win and what Assassins do. How do you win a game of League of Legends? You get dragons, you get advantage, kill your opponent? No. You win when the Nexus explodes. That is the only win condition in League of Legends. There is no other way to win the game besides your opponent surrendering. How do Assassins do that? Well, they're not very good at pushing. They're really good at moving around the map, and they can pick a wave to push, but 2 or 3 waves at the same time, it's not very good. If you know where an assassin is, you're already aware that they might jump out at you and you're better at reacting to it, and you can push an assassin off a wave. The vast majority of assassins have to use a lot of their power budget to push the wave. Pyke has to buy a Profane Hydra, LeBlanc has to press her best button, Distortion. Akali has to use multiple Qs, which is a ton of energy, especially if she's not hitting champions. List goes on, yada yada. Assassins win the game by taking the opponents off the map. What that does is allow the rest of your team to acquire objectives. You're not very good at it the majority of the time. Almost every assassin can get one objective in some way very well. Jungle assassins can be pretty good at getting grubs, for example. And LeBlanc can be surprisingly good at pushing towers if you go like a Lichbane build. But there's all conditionals, right? You know what an AD carry, you know what objective an AD carry can do with one person standing in front of them? Every single objective in League of Legends can be cleared with a 3-item ADC and one person who can't die. That's the whole thing, right? That's the whole reason ADCs were killed in fights. Yeah, they're really good at killing people if you just leave them alone. But you kill the ADC because they can't take Baron without somebody to kill it. They can't take towers without somebody to DPS the towers. I think I just hit my mic. Sorry about that. So assassins stop that. And if assassins' only role is to stop other people from winning the game, assassins can't win the game solo. But assassin players play like they do. Assassin players take gold, a lot of gold, and they're willing to take themselves off the map to do it. Assassin players are missing a core resource in League of Legends, which is tempo, your character on the map. I think that you should consider your character being on the map a resource, and I think that a lot of lower ranked players don't do that. When your character is on the map, when you have been seen in the last 10 seconds, the opponents are going to play safer, or there's a chance you're going to kill them. If you successfully kill them once or twice, they're going to be terrified, right? Like, you ever played against an Evelynn with 6 kills, and you walk up one too many times, and Eve just walks, luckily around your pink ward, EQRs you, and you die from 80%. You start bitching about Evelynn, she feels like shit. Technically, you know she's not good because she's not picked in 5s, but it doesn't stop the fact that Evelynn feels blatantly unfair, and then you play safe as shit for the rest of the game. That's how assassins win. But it doesn't win, right? If you play crazy safe and Evelynn never kills you, somebody else on her team has to win the game first. Evelynn can't do it. Evelynn literally does not have the ability to safely walk up and push towers. So you do it by letting another player on your team win the game. How do you let another player on your team win the game? You give them gold, or you allow them to get gold. How do you do that? You kill the same person, and you kill somebody who's contesting their resources. Who's contesting the resources of the ADC? The enemy ADC, the support, and the jungler. Sometimes a top laner, sometimes a mid laner, but typically those 3 champions, right? Bot is kind of a 2v2/3v3 role. So you win the game, like on paper, in this example, this is the majority of games, I would say, or the most likely scenario. You win the game by killing the enemy bot lane and jungle. You don't win by killing the enemy mid laner because the enemy mid laner isn't allowing your mid laner, the enemy mid laner isn't stopping your ADC from getting farm. He's stopping you from getting farm. But you don't care about getting farm because you don't win the game. That is basically the summation of my argument. Assassins need to find ways to influence the map by putting themselves on the map or by getting resources on the map that are not theirs. If you play only for your own resources, you're going to go 20 kills because assassins are amazing at that. Your team's not going to have resources, so they're not going to be confident. It's gold, so they don't know how to push a tempo lead properly, and then you're going to lose the game. So why do Diamond, Master, or Challenger players win when they do that? Well, because they hit objectives. You don't have the proper coverage in gold. Like, if one person dies 5 times in Challenger, 2 people are going to run up there and fucking kill you every time you go on that guy. Or somebody else who's 5-0 is going to run up there and match you at the tower, right? You know, 5-0 Assassin is great, but a 5-0 Hwei with the Zhonya's, yeah, good luck diving that, bro. He's going to press R, he's going to Zhonya's, and unless you outplay everything because you're Jesus, you're going to get killed. And you're probably going to go 1-0. He won't push, but you'll die and lose all your tempo, and then everyone else on the map can do whatever they want. You have to win by letting somebody else play. All of the best Assassin players win team fights or go for picks right before core moments in the game. That's how they win. Have you ever watched Davemon play? Almost all of his highlights are in 3v3s, 4v4s, like late game, post 20 minutes. He wins the game by fighting multiple people. Or he will like ER onto someone from out of vision, right? That's how he gets kills. That's how he wins the game. He doesn't win the game by going for 2v2s or 1v1s late in the game. And he definitely doesn't win the game by pushing. He wins the game by allowing his teammates who are Challenger and understand exactly how to win to push. So when you play the game in gold, you need gold. You are an assassin, you do need gold. But you need to either give so much gold to your, you know, drilling on the floor, whatever the fuck, Sivir. Hey, she's the same rank as you, by the way. And you need to give that Sivir a bunch of gold so that they can win the game for you by just turning their brain off and A-clicking and you stand next to them and kill people that threaten her. Or you need to know how to hit towers. And that's why Assassins should teach you the game. They teach you character priority, like who do I get fed and who do I take off the map. They should teach you macro, specifically how do I open up the macro for my teammates and when is it important to stay on the map. And they teach you like a lot of intricate champion knowledge because you have to know how your character matches up against the other characters. Who can you kill? Or who can the other people on your team kill if you hit your hook, your Zed ult and burn their flash? What can other people on the map do to win the game? These are questions that you have to answer as a high-level Assassin player. They are questions that all of the best Assassin players, even the people I dislike, answer. One of the biggest reasons I can't play Assassins at the top level. I don't have the hands to make minimum gold work, and I am not good enough to carry a game mid-game. So I don't play Zed, so I don't play Alan, so I don't play Fizz. I like those characters, I got hundreds of games on them, but they don't win the game. I know they don't win the game, and it's frustrating to lose, so I don't play them. As an Assassin player, your goal should be to move to other roles. If you are going to win the game through, and this doesn't just apply to AD, let's say top lane you have a Kayle, and you know this Kayle player's good. I don't know, you duo with them, or you've played with them a couple times and they always went off. Even if they have a weak early game, they have locked in Kayle. They understand what Kayle does and how to win with it, right? They're like, okay, Kayle is a late game carry, I need to farm and I need to click people, and most of the time it'll work. That's all they have to understand for you to be able to, terrible pike play, win the game with it. So go top. Who cares if the Hwei gets 30 CS? If your Kayle gets 3 kills and doesn't die to their Darius, the game's over. Everybody knows the game is over if Kayle's 3 kills into Darius at 20 minutes, right? Like, how the fuck do you come back from that? Darius can't kill Kayle, Darius can't pressure Kayle, immediately Darius is off the map and Kayle is winning. Your mid laner can have 10 CS a minute and it makes less of a difference than Kayle making it through a Darius lane, right? What about bot lane? You have a bad matchup? Try to go save them. Every time they don't die, when you go bot, you're giving a wave for essentially taking 300 gold off the champion that wins the game on the enemy team. Maybe more, maybe less, but probably at least that. What about if you were to have a winning ADC matchup? Go give them gold, and if you can get them 2 more kills, they're going to go from winning to stomping in a moment's notice. You ever played Draven back for a pickaxe and wished you had a BF sword? What if your level 3 assassin roams bot, gives a wave, and you get an extra kill and you pick up a BF sword? That's a big fucking difference. Every Draven player knows how big a difference that is. Win the game by understanding the win condition of your team. Pick a champion, enable them, disable the people stopping that champion, and for the love of God, please don't play like you're the main character. It's really important to not be the main character on an assassin. That Jinx over there, the one that's 0-3. She locked in Jinx and you locked in Fizz, so she is the main character. It sucks. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, you don't have as much control of the game, but if you want to control the game, you should have picked a late game carry. I'm like, seriously, you should have picked a different character. Oh god, I'm bad at Pike. If you wanted a late game carry, you should have picked a different character. Be ready to play the game to win, or try to understand how you are not playing the game to win. If you don't care about playing the game to win, you just want to kill people, great, awesome, that's fine. But then don't complain to people who have the answer. I can't win the game. Thanks for watching. This is something that's bothered me for a while. And full disclosure, I'm an assassin player. I play Talon, I play Zed, I play Fizz, I play Akali, I play Riven. I play all these crazy diver champions that I don't have the mechanics for. I play Pike. But I understand how they win. I am a significantly worse Pike player than most people in Plat, but I promise you I could win some games in Diamond, even though I miss the majority of my skill shots. It makes that big a difference. Thanks for watching. Later.